Hello, you've tuned into the GFree and Happy show tonight. I have two guests. I'm very excited. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's a Monday. We're ready to start, so let's get going. Hello and welcome to the GFree and Happy show that happens every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host, Kathy. I've been GFree for 4 years and counting, and I have a special show tonight. I have two guests from different regions of the country, two women that blog and work their butts off and are on social media, and we're going to be talking to them in a few minutes. It's Rebecca with Run Rebecca Run, that blog that's all about the marathon running and G-Free lifestyle. And then I have G-Free Laura. She's back, and I'm very excited to have her back again. And her website is gfreelaura.com. And her hashtag, by the way, is GFreeLove. So share some hashtag love tonight. And before we start, I do want to give a shout out to, and I have a lot more screens tonight since I have two guests. So excuse me for a second. I want to get Wounded Warrior Project out because I'm a big fan. My husband and I are big fans of the Wounded Warrior Project, and I'm giving a big shout out tonight for Memorial Day. So if you guys haven't checked out Wounded Warrior Project, check it out. And if you have a couple spare bucks, give them a nice donation today. Okay, so tonight we have two guests and double the fun. So I don't have a product to highlight or a service, but in a couple minutes we'll talk to Rebecca and Laura. But first, GFree and Happy episode 25 is brought to you by Oval Eye TV. Oval Eye TV hosts and produces live video events built to meet your objective. Visit Oval Eye TV to request a free 30-minute consultation today to find out more about going live with your brand. So this show was actually supposed to start or be airing the night of the Boston Marathon tragedy. So it's really nice to have these two wonderful people on tonight, and hopefully Rebecca will kind of give us an update on her running mates and how the running community's doing. So let's get started with our guests. So we'll start with Rebecca. I want to say run, Rebecca, run. So let's get Rebecca on. This is the first time she's been on my show, so I'm very happy to have her.
Hello, everybody.
And by the way, it is her birthday, so happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
And thank you again for being on your birthday.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an avid distance runner, a literal marathon maniac. I'm working on my goal of running a marathon in all 50 states and DC. And back in 2011, I was diagnosed with celiac disease. So I've been gluten-free for over 2 years. And I'm currently blogging about my adventures, especially the traveling and the things I've learned along my journey, in hopes that it can help other runners like myself and people that are newly diagnosed. I feel that there's a lot of people in the community that could use that insight, and I'm really hoping that can help my newly diagnosed gluten-free friends. So, I've made a lot of dietary changes in my life, and I'm hoping I can write about them more to help others that might be seeking guidance.
Well, and if you look at your blog, Run Rebecca Run, I've got it in the background here, and it's on the bottom of our screen. You actually give a diary of your life, being gluten-free and running marathons. And I mean, she runs like 20, how many miles?
That's 26.2.
Is that like a day or a week, or how does, I mean, I couldn't believe how many miles you run.
It usually takes around 4 hours. For me, it's about 4 hours and 10 minutes, just depending on how I'm feeling that day. But with the training, I can sometimes log up to 70 miles a week. So it can get pretty intense. And this summer, my goal is to run a 100-mile week just to try it, to see if I can do it. I know that's going to be a pretty intense week of training, especially in August. So.
Okay, so let's bow down to Rebecca. I mean, that's amazing. I
Thank
don't,
you.
I'm sure there are lots of runners in the community that do that, but I've never heard of anybody running that many miles a week. And
Oh,
on a G-free lifestyle too, which is a little different than, all those carb loading diets and things. So we'll have to talk to you about that during the show a little bit too. And you blog about all of this. So definitely during this time or right after this show, please check out RebeccaRun.wordpress.com. She's on Twitter too, but we'll go into that in a minute. But let's bring on GFree Laura.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Laura?
I'm good. How are you?
So nice to have you on tonight on a holiday Monday night and kind of late, so thank you.
Yes, of
So
course.
tell me a little bit about yourself.
It's okay. Anything for you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so
I've been gluten free for over 4 years. I started blogging just over 2 years ago now. GFreeLaura.com. As you said, I'm all about the G-free love, so that's my hashtag. I just like to spread G-free love in our online community and kind of join everyone together. And I like to guest blog on different blogger sites, the NFCA website, Rudy's Gluten Free, and I just like to kind of bring humor to our lifestyle and allow people to relate to it in a not so serious manner. So that's what I'm all about.
well, and check out gfreelaura.com because she talks about, she puts movie stars in her kind of lifestyle too to make it fun, and I just love it. But I also think, I mean, this is the reason why I have you both on tonight is because being on social media, we're all gluten free, so we connect well, and it's a lot of G-free love. And you two, you and Rebecca both can, I get to see both of you now. So you two both connected online without seeing each other. Can you tell us which one wants to start on how you guys connected and how it's helped your business, your blogs, your lifestyle, everything? Who wants to start?
Well, I'll go first. I really don't know when we started talking, but it was on Twitter. But we started talking more, having more conversations with each other when I was thinking about running a half marathon because I knew that Rebecca was a runner and with a gluten-free lifestyle and just regular running questions as well. I asked her for different tips and everything, and it just kind of turned into more of a friendship between the two of us.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about Laura that I connected with right away too. I mean, I just thought like this friendship kind of just blossoms. We definitely had a good rapport. The G-free community is amazing. A lot of great people, and I love the community so much. And I really felt that her and I had like a good spark that worked. And it was pretty neat, like I got to do a guest blog entry on her website, and it was so fun for me to write that because I had just like so much I wanted to share, and it ended up being 2 entries because it was so long. But, like Twitter is great because, you can express yourself in like so many characters, but it's neat how it can like blossom into relationships and you connect and network and, create friendships and partnerships in the future. So.
Well, and that's what you basically did. You networked online, but you also got all of us involved because I'm an avid reader of gfreelaura.com, so I saw your post, fell in love with that, went over to your website, had to check out all of your posts, found out all about you. And I mean, and then I shared, repost or retweet and all that good stuff. And that's why I wanted to have you on because I think this is very important for the gluten-free community and other communities, but we're talking G-free here, to grow and connect. And what better way is to highlight two of you wonderful people and how you connected and how you shared your posts, which I need to do more of those. Now, what happened with your running, Laura? I am curious. Did you do the half marathon? What's going on with that?
I never did the half marathon. I almost got there, but then I had some. I couldn't make the marathon date, and then another marathon that was nearby. I couldn't make that either due to a wedding, so I kind of just got up to 11 miles and then stopped.
Wow.
But it's okay. It's okay. I still go out and run. Today I ran like 5.5 miles. I just do it to keep in shape, but I do want to try to do another. Take a stab at doing another half marathon maybe in the fall. So I'm sure I'll be asking Rebecca for tips again around that time.
See, and that's another. Oh, go ahead.
Akron is in September, and that's the one I ran last year to get Ohio, and I know that's probably close to you. It's
Yes,
highly recommended. It's a mid-sized half marathon and full marathon and a relay. So I would recommend that one. If you're going to try to hit a fall event, it's there.
See, you're inspiring each other, but also, okay, so where are you guys located?
I'm in Southeast Pennsylvania.
And I'm in Ohio, Northwest Ohio.
So is that you are going to connect eventually and see each other in person?
Hopefully.
It's a possibility. I'm going to Michigan in 2 weeks for a marathon. It'll be my 15th marathon and my 12th state. So my husband and I are hoping we can stop at Cedar Point on the way home, but we'll see what the weather is going to be like. But I was like, hey, if Laura's around, it might be kind of neat to meet up. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you have to do pictures and all that good stuff for us all.
There will definitely be Instagramming if we meet up.
See, that's another way to connect besides, doing these kind of videos is to do the Instagrams. And Rebecca, before we go to the next question, I want to talk to you about what you do. How many marathons are you running a year? And by the way, we didn't talk about the Boston Marathon either, and how the running community is doing. So first, let's talk about that.
Well, I think the running community is very resilient. It didn't stop anybody from going to their next race. I ran a marathon 2 weeks ago in Providence, Rhode Island, which is fairly close to Boston. It's about 50 minutes south. There was heightened security like I've never seen. There was guys with semi-automatic weapons. There were dogs. There was a lot of security. I think the running community hasn't changed, but the face of the marathon may in terms of security. And it's just going to have to be this way. It's not, the security is going to be severely heightened. Check bags have to be clear bags. You're not allowed to walk onto and spectate with backpacks. And I think it's going to be like that from now on. I don't think it's going to be the way it used to be. So while the running community hasn't changed, I think the way that races are run by the directors will change because of security. I think they have to do this, but our community is very strong, and there is just a lot of enthusiasm, and a lot of people wearing Boston bibs were actually at this race. So I met people on the horse that were at the race that day and told me their stories, and it didn't stop anybody from coming out and running again, and I think it's pretty admirable that we're a strong group.
That's very nice. Nice to hear, because I've been wondering, like the IndyCar 500 yesterday, they had some of the marathon runners on there finishing up, which was nice, a nice tribute. And I think a lot of games and things like that have done a lot of nice tributes to the runners.
A lot of fundraisers, Boston Strong.
Strong.
Yeah, a lot of, there's shirts, there's bracelets, so there's a lot out there to support the victims, and I think it's really amazing how we've all banded together to help people, and it's neat. I think next year's Boston Marathon is going to be better than ever.
Oh yeah, I bet it will.
Right back. So hopefully 1 year I'll qualify and I can actually get there. I got a ways to go.
So where are you in are you doing like a perfect circle around the U.S., or how are you? Because you're going to all of the marathons around the U.S., right?
Yeah, it's kind of just depending on timing. I do let my husband choose states, so once in a while I'll be like, where do you want to go? And this year he chose Montana, so we'll be going to Montana in the fall. Next year I know he wants to go to Austin, Texas, and there's definite states. it's only fair for me to let him pick some of the destinations. I like to also space them out dependent on recovery. I don't like the idea of running like a marathon one weekend and then just running another one the next weekend. I like to give myself some time to recover. So 4 weeks is my limit. So the one between Rhode Island and Michigan, it's a 4-week recovery, which has been fine. So that's about the best I can do. But there's really no rhyme or reason. And with Boston, I want to qualify for that one if I ever do run Boston, and that's takes some hard work. You have to be, somewhat fast, and it's not an easy feat. You have to run. For me, it's an 8-minute, 23-second mile, I think, consistent for 26.2 miles. That's fast.
That's really fast.
And let's take water breaks and all, any other kind of breaks that you might need during a race. Those seconds add up. They're precious.
Yeah. Yikes. All right. So let's go on to the next question for both of you. So what are the benefits to reaching out to others in social media? The benefits of, reaching out to both of you, I saw, Rebecca, but tell me some more stuff and how it affects blogging.
Well, for me, I think it's just a good way to connect with other bloggers make new friends that have common passions and interests, and create opportunities for growth. A year ago, I really didn't have anything in terms of a blog, and then, within 8 months, I'm blogging. I have opportunities to do guest blogs, and I get new followers every day on Twitter. I do admit lately I've been a little lazy. It's been kind of a busy couple months for me with other things, so it's tough. I really want to try to blog more because I feel like I really want to start sharing more, especially about gluten-free nutrition and not just the racing, because I think it's important for me to kind of keep up on it and not let it slip through my fingers, because I know people
don't let it slip through your fingers. Okay, Laura. Laura, now you've been blogging for 2 years. And you've had this amazing, you're in like every guest blog thing there is that I read. You're everywhere. How did, the connections and the guest blogging help? Because you're running a business too. You're making a living doing this. How did this all help you?
Well, I don't really make a living off of GFree, Laura. It's kind of just, I get some food in the mail, so I feed myself from it.
That helps a lot.
But the guest blogging kind of just started happening. Different, like connecting with bloggers on Twitter led to emails, led to, hey, want to do a guest blog on my site, or vice versa. And also I guest blog for Rudy's and NFCA, so that obviously allows me to get out to more people as well.
And you've been to expos too, or at least one more than I've been to.
Yeah, meeting people in person definitely helps. You kind of you think you get along with people online, and then when you meet them in person, it just like clicks, and you're like, why aren't we best friends forever kind of thing. But the thing that I like most about connecting with the different people in the community online is that we're all gluten-free and we're all passionate about that, but each of us has like our niche that we're best at. So I'm not the greatest with recipe creation, the really healthy stuff. I'm not that kind of person, So I am able to connect with those people online to have them teach me different things
and inspire you.
Yes, inspiration, new ingredients to use, things like that. And Rebecca knows the running better than I do, so reaching out to her for that. And it all goes back to gluten-free living because that's our lifestyle. But each of us has our own niche that we're better at, so you can go to those people for advice. And that's the thing that I like most about it, because people are so willing to give advice and give, links to recipes and, hey, you should talk to this person. And I just think it's a great thing for all of us to utilize, and I think everyone should utilize it. You don't have to be a big blogger to contact another person and ask them these questions. You can just be a regular Twitter, someone on Twitter that follows these people, and just reach out to them and ask a question, and you never know what can come from it.
Yes, so say, I love your product. I've been doing that lately because I've been following so many new kind of businesses that I've enjoyed. So Laura, you've also tasted a bunch of, I mean, you're getting a lot of things in the mail lately too. I mean, on Instagram, I see a ton of stuff. So how is that going? Does it kind of feed your give you some money, extra money to buy some healthy stuff maybe for the rest of the week? But during the week, you've got some really good, yummy things you're trying.
I do. That's why I run.
Me too.
And real fast, how do you, I mean, a lot of people don't know how to get started in finding some of those products to review or try, or I mean, do you have any advice? And I'm going to ask you both about advice for bloggers and businesses just starting out here. So Laura, tell us a little bit about some advice that you would give to first-time social media users for GFree and Happy.
Okay. Well, when I first started my blog, I didn't get any free product. I didn't get any of that for the first year. I would just highlight the products that I liked or talk about, here's my go-to snacks and do posts like that. And then once I had established an audience, I was starting to get asked by companies to review their products. And now it's like a kind of like a 50-50 thing. Some people approach me and I approach other products that I do want to try or I love and kind of ask them if they're willing to do a review on my site. So my advice to someone who wants to begin a blog or is just in the beginning stages is to have patience and try to set a schedule, like, blog once a week. Do a product review once a week or every other week. Just kind of establish that regular schedule for your blog, because that's the only way you're going to build credibility with the online gluten-free community. That's the only way that people are going to expect, okay, I'll come back next week and see what the next product is. So that's a big thing, is the patience and sticking with it. That's my one big advice.
Very nice. I like that. And Rebecca, you've been blogging for how long again?
I mean, I've been blogging for around 8 months.
8 months?
Now, the Run Rebecca Run was started in around January as my official site that I use now. And I can say, like, I started this blog because when I was first diagnosed with celiac, I had a marathon in Vermont within like a few weeks. So I was looking online for gluten-free marathon training. Not a lot comes up.
Yeah.
And I realized that this is something unique about me that I can share with others. I mean, there are people out there, I've been to message boards, that have questions about marathon training and, oh my gosh, how do I do this? What kind of gels can I use? And with the travel, it's very interesting. I find that certain states and areas of the country have more gluten-free options than others.
Didn't you say the South doesn't have as many as...
Kentucky and West Virginia were tough.
I follow both of you now. I know everything you said.
I mean, West Virginia and Kentucky they're beautiful. I love the area, but gluten-free is not something I found easily. I was eating like Wendy's, like baked potatoes and stuff, but I just made do, or I would bring a cooler full of food and just heat stuff up in the microwave. But that's what I wanted to share with others. Each state, the journey I did with each one, and even with the race itself. Was there food at the finish line that I could have? Did I find anything at expos? Like, I really want to get more into sharing with others, like, this is what I found. Some races, like the one I just ran, there was about 100 boxes of pizza and then crates full of bagels. And I managed a banana and a Gatorade, and that was about it. So.
I'd be starving.
I was starving. I ended up going to a Pizzeria Uno. Thank goodness. They have really great gluten-free options there, and luckily there's certain chains that I can go to again and again where I've had very good luck with their.
What would be cool for you, Rebecca, is that you could connect with people that are around you that can either bring you food or ask you over for dinner or something afterwards. That are GFree.
I'm pretty good at providing, and I have to say, like, the research I'm doing for the next few states, Montana is blowing me away. I found in some remote areas, like, full gluten-free restaurants that, like the whole menu is GF.
I love that. It's like gold. You want to take pictures and put them, highlight everything.
Colorado Springs, there was a restaurant that was a 99% gluten-free crepe restaurant. It was in Manitou
Whoa.
Springs. It was my finish line celebration in Colorado. It
Laura,
was just,
isn't that your like favorite place on earth?
Yeah, I visited Denver and it was amazing. Yeah.
Colorado was one of my top 3 marathons so far, but I have to admit Kentucky was also up there. It was just so beautiful. I like food or not, I found the people and the atmosphere for a small town race to be absolutely one of my favorite experiences. So looking forward to like where this is going to take me next, and that's what I want to share with others because I have such a fun time meeting people and trying new things and trying new restaurants and just seeing what and I also would like to see what changes can be made at finish lines if we can start getting maybe some kind of sponsors to help provide gluten-free options, even if it's just bags of Snyder's pretzels, something for runners, because I know there's a lot of people out
Well,
there.
and we didn't touch on the sponsors. Laura, do you have any advice for sponsors? Because I saw that you have sponsors on your website.
How to get them or
Yeah, I mean, you were saying that you just kind of like have patience and stuff, but is there like a magic button that you say, okay, it's sponsor time?
um I don't necessarily think that there is because I myself only want to promote people on my site that I think this is the best, pizza crust that there is. So I want to put that on my site, things like that. So I think that if you're just trying to kind of get money with the sponsors, then you should probably make sure your analytics are at a certain place before you try to go that route. But if you just want to promote the brands that you believe in, a lot of those are startup companies and they don't have the funds to advertise as much on various websites. So I promote the companies that I believe in on my site, and I get products from some of them, but I do not, at this time, I don't get paid because I want GFree Laura to be unbiased and just everything that I believe in, and I want that to be what I'm giving my readers. So that's how I'm approaching it.
That's
But I'm
very nice.
sure every blogger kind of takes a different route.
Yeah. And I agree, and that's the reasons why I love both of you in the way you're educating. And by the way, this is the last show of the month, so May is a big month for celiac awareness, and I think you both are really showing how wonderful you are helping the celiac community and hopefully others in understanding, and the restaurants and the sponsor, the products, and helping all of us. So why don't you tell us a little bit where we can find you? Rebecca, where can we find you? I know it was at the bottom, but we didn't talk about your Twitter handle. Are you on Facebook, Pinterest, any of those?
I am so social media like unsavvy. I have a Twitter account.
Hey, we're
It's,
talking social media here. Come
yeah,
on,
it's
Rebecca.
just run_Rebecca_run. And then obviously my WordPress account, which is runrebeccarun.wordpress.com.
You need like
Um,
a thing to type while you're running on your many hundred
oh,
miles.
I'm sure I could tweet
No.
and run. I know of other runners that do that, but I'd rather
Oh,
just focus
wow.
on the race and
I think so.
like running around and trip over somebody because I'm trying to use my iPhone. So.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just, it's a lot of commitment, and I'm really trying to just keep everything balanced. So,
Well,
I mean,
you're
for now, this is
educating
what I'm
us
doing.
all on a marathon running and hopefully inspiring others to get out there and do some kind of exercise.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's. I have to say, with celiac, when I was first diagnosed, I went to many websites, and there are a lot of, and that's another reason I started my blog, because there's a lot of people when they're diagnosed that just
Don't know.
don't have energy or they just feel like they can't do things. I was like, I had my endoscopy and I ran a marathon within 3 weeks. You can do anything you want. You
Cheers to that.
gotta get up and do it. And I've done it, and I've been glutened and ran a race the next day. And
Ooh.
it's horrible, but I still I have just this determination not to quit no matter what. And I think it's important to just be that example to others that celiac is not a sentence of just like you can't do anything with your life. There's so much you can do. Like the sky is the limit. You have to just get out
Go,
there.
do it. Do it. Just do it. Okay, Laura, so tell everybody where we can all find you.
Well, you can visit my website, gfreelaura.com. I'm on Twitter at gfreelaura. Instagram is the same. Pinterest is the same. It's all at gfreelaura. I'm also on Facebook. You can find me at gfreelaura. So I kind of do different things on all of them. So you should follow all of them clearly.
Yes, you should. I do.
Yes.
And put them both back on here because it's kind of like the Brady Bunch moment here for me. You guys will have to see. You can't see it right now, but I've got. Yeah, Rebecca, you have to look down. You have to look down at Laura. There we go. And yeah, I love it. You guys were so much fun, and thank you again for doing this because I really liked your stories. I love what you both do, and good luck. And thank you for being on the last show for Celiac Awareness Month. I think it means a lot. So
thank you.
Have a great GFree week, and thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that was fun. I like that Brady Bunch moment too. Okay, so next week, by the way, that was GFree Laura and Run Rebecca Run. I love them both. Check them out. Follow them. Next week, I have one of my favorite guests. He's 16-year-old now. He used to be 15 when he was on my show. Now he's 16, and it's Taylor Miller. So we'll be talking. I'll be talking to him. I have a little different idea for the show next week, and I want you all to enjoy your week and have a great week. And I will see you next Monday.